Well, the new fancy gloves are turned on. GPS is set. We're almost ready to go, or we are ready to go, I guess.
Good morning. Rye Guy here. Bright and sunny day. We're out here in the Chester area, actually, and we're going to be doing a run up and around the Bowater Mersey area. Out with a couple of guys here, both running XP 1000 turbos. It's probably about -5 today. Icy conditions, very icy conditions, actually. The road I'm on right now is not too bad, but there were some areas that I pretty much needed to run four-wheel drive the entire time we were out in the trail. Two-wheel drive and a high horsepower machine on those icy roads, just a disaster. I flicked it sideways around the first corner and said, no, we're not going to be doing that. The other guys actually studded up the tires a little bit before we left. Good old Amazon and their cheap set of tire studs, but they do help. I've said it in the past that anytime you run in these icy conditions that you really should have your tires studded. You can see right where I'm coming over right now, it's pretty bad. Coming down this hill, it's just another reminder of the washouts that happened because of all of those heavy rains over the summer. There's still parts of the trails that are absolutely inaccessible because of that. You can see that some of the ATV clubs, or somebody at least, did some work with an excavator or something along this washout going downhill in order to make it passable. Through this little section right now, you get reminded pretty quick that if you're moving at any type of speed, especially where all these little alders are growing along the sides of the road, they can come in the cab pretty quick and whip you in the face. So I always suggest wearing a full face helmet anyway, but if you have like an open helmet, yeah, just be careful. Make sure you get a set of goggles or something on, because it'll poke your eye out. Fantastic view of the lake over here, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember to remind myself what actual lake that is. I think it's called Big Indian. I'd have to go back in my map and double check, but I believe that is Big Indian Lake. There's a lot of little lakes and rivers and streams all along the Bowater Mersey area through here. I know I've been on this exact road and even recorded this hill going downhill one time in the fall, and when you're overlooking that lake and all of the colors that go along with it in the fall time, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And you'll notice, like, we kind of go from one trail to the other. You find snow on one trail and not on the other. It's just weird. Driving down here this morning to Chester from where I live up in the valley, completely different. We had snow like all night, and it snowed a couple inches at least, and then I get down into the South Shore and there's absolutely nothing. And now we're headed back up towards where I live, albeit on the trails. Now you're seeing snow again. We get these little microclimates of snow or rain or sun, whatever, all through the province.
Oh, man. Oh. Oh, I just broke through too. I don't know if there's a bypass here or not. Gnarly. I went around the bypass and then I fell through the bypass. So
even though there's a little bit of snow dusting on the ground here, I kind of actually really miss running ATVs and side-by-sides through real thick, heavy, fluffy white snow. We just don't get winters like we used to, and when we do, like especially this winter, it snowed and then the snow went away because it rained, and then it snowed again and then it got warm and then the snow melted. It's just very inconsistent this winter. So you see, I'm just running over a water hole right now, and you never know what they're gonna bring. Very much break through the ice quite quickly. You just got to be careful that you're not going to be going through those ice water holes like that, not knowing if they're frozen or not, and hit them at speed. So most of the run I've been doing with four-wheel drive trail mode for unexpected loss of traction on the ice, like I said in the beginning, but I've been playing back and forth with the trail active mode just to see if it makes a difference. I'm not seeing too much of a difference because there's really not too much of a lack of traction. But at least if I have four-wheel drive on, those front tires can pull if I need them to pull. Especially if it's unexpected around a corner or something like that, I want to be able to consistently maintain control of the machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another bridge washed out from the floods. Well, there's the old bridge. It's in the woods. Took out that tree pretty much. Wow. Yeah.
Maybe down here.
Can't get enough speed for that one.
Huh? Yeah, we came here on Boxing Day, and so it was like this. I couldn't remember if that's the side we went down.
Oh, okay.
So this is interesting. Keith went ahead. He was the first one to cross over the bypass here. And I had assumed that he made it over the other side, no problem. But I didn't see him go back up the hill. And you're about to see what actually happened here. So I go through the bypass, and when you come up the other end of the bank, you're just staring at the sky. But yeah, just hold tight.
Hang on.
Yep. I didn't see him go over. I just came up over the bank and saw him crawling out of his machine on the side, so... My next task was to get turned around and see what we could do for a recovery. First time using the winch, too.
Bet you that wasn't fun. That's a drop.
Yeah.
By the way.
I didn't realize
Came up one tire.
What?
One tire came up and just. And
You know what? I wasn't even expecting it. I didn't remember the drop here. I thought we just came in.
right.
So I came pretty much straight over, and then once I hit,
Yeah, that was
I
it.
was trying to come straight down on it, but once I hit the ice and it slid me over. All right. We gotta,
Is there any way we can get a strap kind of through here?
Can do this. Probably gonna need to put a winch on it. One tire
See, the bridge structure's all right, but there's the bridge. Washed right out. Part of it there too. There was no way that I would have seen that ledge. I did the same thing Keith did. As soon as I went up over that bank, it was, if I didn't see his tires up in the air, I wouldn't have known that that was there at all.
Well, we put a piece of tape up there right along that ledge on those alders, and hopefully anybody else doing that won't do what we just did. Not gonna make that. Just kept sliding towards the tree.
I pretty much left the camera on through this whole trail section because it was just a really nice little trail. All these kind of like new growth trees on both sides. Nice tight little twisty track. It was nice to run through. Again, I think if we had a lot more snow than what we have now, that trail would be super smooth to run through. Nice, you know, bank of snow on either side. It'd be really cool to run, but I'm really missing the snow, like I said.
This X3 is awesome in the woods. I am so impressed with this machine. Awesome trail.
advocate for this X3 as a trail machine, overall fun machine to own any day. This great in the woods, fast on the roads, very comfortable to drive. I am very impressed with the machine, where it can go, how it can do it, and how fast it can do it, or how slow it can do it for that matter, with such a long wheelbase at 120-inch wheelbase. It's just a monster in the woods. See right there, that's where you kind of get into trouble. So you got that little kind of set of offset trees, so where you're leaning up against one and you need to kind of crawl right close to the other side. Luckily those mirrors, which are the Can-Am factory mirrors, they fold right in and they don't take any damage unless you're going at speed and you end up smashing the mirror right out of it. But I've knocked those things backwards so many times now, I need a stick or something so I can actually sit in the driver's seat and push back the mirror for when it folds back on the passenger side. As it sits right now, I gotta undo my seatbelt and reach all the way over. Or if I get a passenger, just ask them to do that. But little uphills that have the washouts on them especially, man, there's so many little small rocks going up the hill. It's like trying to run over like bowling balls. You can see my left hand glove just stopped working. I had to get that sorted out later on.
This doesn't even look like a trail. Okay. No. I think this is tight enough that we're going to switch over to eco mode. Back up a little bit further, I guess.
I was a little disappointed when I started to go through this footage here, because this was a fantastic little tight bypass trail that actually Keith made, because the bridge is out further up, and plus there's a couple trees down.
Man. Oh, there we go. Hello. Ooh, that's a solid rock underneath me. Okay, try this. Well, that was tight. sure this is a road?
What?
Are you sure this is a road?
Well, it was either that, with the brake being out, it was either do that or try to climb this.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wow, that was a tight trail.
Yeah, we, on Boxing Day, we cut a couple of trees and kind of made that path.
Yeah, right on.
Because we were looking here and we were like,
Yeah.
like an ATV or something narrow would get up, but like with us, we'd be hitting this bank and hitting that rock at the same time.
Yeah, you'd almost roll over right there.
And it would push you that way, right?
Yeah.
And then you would have to go up and try to turn yourself around and then come back, so.
Yeah.
I was...
Coming down that little dip going to make a hard left,
Yeah.
I smacked my front
Yeah,
pretty
so
good.
did I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love a turbo machine. Busting through ice is so hard on a machine. It's been cold for like weeks. You'd think that all this would be frozen, but like you get a lot of runoff from the woods and stuff like that, and it just never freezes solid. That was a harder bump than I was expecting. I bottomed right out there. Turn my yellow spots and my chase lights on when I'm on the rail bed, so I don't know. People sometimes get pretty antsy, pretty animated, I'll say, if they come across ATVs on the rail bed. We're at the sail trail anyway, but anyway, I don't want to get on that rant. You've heard it lots of times before. Well, winging it was closed. They opened at 4 and we got here about like 2:30. So anyway, we ended up having pizza girls down here at Talon. Anyway, yeah, the pizza hit the spot, so can't complain. It's starting to cool off a little bit right now. Anyway, I got this glove to work again. I just unplugged the battery and plugged it back in, so I don't know what that was about, but technology, it's great. But anyway, we'll hit it back up on the trail. We got a little bit of road running to do on the rails to trails down here in the South Shore, so I'm probably not going to record that because that's just boring. But anyway, we'll pick up the video when we get back on the trail here. scraping the rock sliders. How tight this bridge is. I got footage of me going over this bridge years ago. Never did it on a side-by-side, lots of times on a four-wheeler though. In fact, if you go to my main channel and look up a test drive for a, I think, Outlander 1000, that's on there, and me crossing that bridge. Got this time.
Oh well, I guess we're going the other way.
Yeah.
I haven't been down this way to do this loop.
Yeah. No way around this one.
Nope. Oh, lovely. Figured I'd try this way for something new. We're almost to the end too, like you're almost back to...
Yeah, I know.
And this is a fucking...
Well, as you can tell by the headlights being on, it's coming on night, and we're heading back now. We were trying to take that other path, but obviously we couldn't do that because the bridge was out, so we had to turn around, and now we got a bit of a jaunt to run back, and it's going to be all roads. So I'm just going to stop the footage here, and thank you once again for joining me on this run. My name is RyGuy8888. If you do like these types of videos, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It does help my channel grow, and the subscription thing, it's free. You know, it doesn't cost you anything. And if you're after some accessories for your side-by-side, ATV, sled, go down the description below and check out my sponsors. Every one of them has a great selection of equipment, accessories, and upgrades for your ATV, side-by-side, sled. So anyway, go down there and check it out. We'll see you guys in the next run. RyGuy out. This episode is brought to you by RPM Power Sports and RPMSideBySide.com and AandUTVPro.com.
Into a lonely void and I can't get out. Hope for something.